Your presence here is far from accidental. You must trust the drive that pushed you to find these answers today. This message reached you because you have spent months waiting for a signal to calm your inner storm. You have carried this weight in isolation, fearing that others would judge your dreams as mere overthinking. Yet that quiet inner voice has always remained louder than any outside advice. It stayed with you through the night, whispering even when you tried to stay busy or ignore its call. You did not create this feeling. It is a real force rising to the surface of your life. What if this persistent feeling is not a burden, but a clear signal from your soul, pointing toward the truth? The reason it refuses to fade is that it comes from a deep knowing that your mind is only now beginning to grasp. A higher awareness is offering you confirmation of what you have been too afraid to fully accept. Out of caution and old wounds, you tried to quiet your heart, telling yourself this intensity couldn't be real. Yet the truth kept returning, because the universe needs you to take this next step. This insight will reveal why your soul responds so powerfully to this specific person. This bond is unlike anything else, remaining deep even across great physical distances or long periods of silence. That silence is not empty. It is a space full of profound meaning and shared energy. Your intuition refuses to fade because your heart moves far faster than your logical thoughts ever could. This is not a random meeting or a passing coincidence. It is a recognition at a soul level. It is the resonance of something your spirit remembers. Even if your mind cannot find the words, every attempt to explain it away only makes the connection grow significantly stronger. A force beyond reason keeps pulling you back to this same point, proving this person entered your life for a reason. You are not losing your mind or making things up. These feelings come from a sacred higher place. When you listen with your soul, you realize this isn't just desire. It is the truth of who you are. Your mind, shaped by past pain, will try to label this as a risk to keep you safe through doubt. But a true soul connection carries signs that cannot be faked, beginning with a sense of peace. Even in their absence, you feel a quiet, unshakable knowing that the bond is safe. This peace exists because your soul already knows what is meant to be will stay. This connection also acts as a mirror, awakening parts of yourself that were previously sleeping. It pushes you to grow and evolve into a better version of yourself, not for them, but for your own potential. This shared purpose is an ancient mark that binds you together in this lifetime. The persistence of this feeling is its own proof. Dependency fades, but this bond holds on. No matter how much logic you apply, your soul refuses to close a circle that has not yet reached its end. If this is destiny, you may wonder why the universe has allowed such a long silence or painful distance. These questions sit heavy in your heart, but you must realize that destiny makes no errors. What is planted in your soul cannot be erased by time, fear, or physical gaps. Some connections simply pause because both souls require time to grow and heal before they can too carry such love. This plan is unfolding beneath the surface of your daily life, serving a much greater purpose. Your meeting was a deliberate opening of love and a necessary awakening for you both. Even if your mind calls it an illusion, your soul knows this chapter is not finished. What you are experiencing is not an ending, but a paused cycle and a period of hidden preparation. This separation is a tool used to build the strength and alignment needed for a powerful future. You have both changed, and the gap between you is simply a space for that vital growth to occur. The universe already sees the destination where you both stand fully awake and ready. It speaks to you now, so you don't mistake this quiet for a reason to walk away. Real love does not fade. It is a process of purification and teaching. Confusion is simply the friction between your fear and your intuition as you wake up to the truth. This distance is not absence, but alignment. The universe is clearing karmic patterns to prepare you both. If you met before you were ready, the intensity would be unstable and potentially destructive. The pause is an act of protection, a buffer ensuring you return to each other from a place of wholeness. It is a soul agreement to part until you are strong enough to stay together. This retreat allows you to build a steady relationship with yourself, so the connection never becomes a cage. Distance is your training ground, forcing you to face fears of loneliness and inadequacy. The universe is telling you to find your wholeness within, so this love can return in its highest form. As you grow, the energy between you strengthens and lines up for an eventual reunion. While you work on yourself, know that the same energy is shaping the other person. Their journey mirrors yours. Even if their current awakening looks like struggle or avoidance, what looks like indifference from them is often a battle with their own ego and fear. They are tired of pretending they are unaffected or that the timing was simply bad. The universe is removing their exits, making their silence louder and their memories of you much sharper. They are quiet, not because they forgot you, but because the feelings they tried to bury have grown too deep. Their ego is losing its hold as the truth echoes in the distance they created. This struggle is a necessary dark night that breaks down their pride and clears their old ways. Both of you are approaching a turning point where clarity finally wins over confusion. They are reaching the moment where the pain of being without you is heavier than the fear of coming back. When they return, it won't be from nostalgia, but from a total surrender to the truth of this bond. Their return will be honest, humble, and stripped of the walls they once used for protection. This shift won't be a puzzle. It will be clear, direct, and impossible to ignore. Divine timing arrives only when you are both truly capable of holding the love. Your final step is to move into a state of readiness to receive. This isn't about anxious waiting, but about matching the energy of a healthy, whole connection. Clear out the remaining fear and resentment so that what returns finds you in your full power. Let go of the script of how things should happen and trust the process. Forgive the silence and the distance, recognizing them as the teachers that shaped your current strength. Stay grounded in the peace you have built. The end of this pause is near, and you are finally ready for the truth. They are not quiet because they forgot you. They are quiet because they remember too much. They are quiet because their ego is losing its hold. They are quiet because the feelings they try to bury have grown roots too deep to ignore. Silence is their battleground, not their resting place. This inner struggle, this dark night of the ego is necessary. Without it, they would return the same. Without it, they would fall back into old habits. Without it, they would come back to this connection with fear, with walls, and with hesitation. The universe is letting them fall apart on the inside so they can be renewed. It is letting them fall apart so that when they return without those walls. This is why you must not read silence as absence. It is preparation. This person is being taken apart from within. Their fears are being brought to light. Their pride is being broken down. Their old ways are being cleared away. Destiny is refining them the same way it refines you. Not gently, but honestly. Both of you are standing at the edge of a turning point. A moment where both souls begin to let go of resistance is coming soon. A moment where clarity starts winning over confusion is near. A moment where fear begins to lose its power is arriving. This turning point is not about how much time has passed. It is about readiness. It is about alignment. They are approaching the moment where the pain of living without you finally becomes heavier than the fear of coming back to you. When that moment comes, their move will not be impulsive. It will not be short-lived. It will not come from loneliness or nostalgia. It will come from surrender. The surrender of their ego to the truth of the connection is the key. Their return will not be a half-hearted effort. It will be the result of change. It will be the result of real inner change, a confession, a letting go of pride, and an admitting that they can no longer ignore the truth they carry inside. A realization that the connection they tried to get away from is the very one they were meant to embrace. And as this turning point gets closer, the universe brings its attention back to you. In this moment of revealing, take a pause, breathe deeply, and let your soul speak. What sign have you most consistently noticed about this person? Maybe a dream that keeps returning, or a sudden memory, a number that appears again and again, or a song that shows up at moments that seem too perfect to be chance, a message from the world around you that you simply cannot ignore. These signs are not accidents. They are messages. They are alignment. They are the universe pointing you toward clarity. Whatever sign has stayed with you, trust it. Recognize it. Say it out loud, because signs that bring peace come from destiny. Signs that bring fear come from the ego. Your intuition already knows the difference. You are not imagining this connection. You are not holding on to an illusion. You are not hoping without reason. What you feel is real. What is real is moving on your side and on theirs. Things are waking up. Feelings are coming back to the surface. Clarity is forming. Truth is rising. And everything is moving toward a single moment that destiny has already set in place. A moment that will change everything is coming. All of this movement, this awakening, this rising truth, and this loosening of ego leads to one moment. This is the unexpected turning point. The universe does not guide two souls through silence, separation, revelation, and inner growth without pointing them toward a destined shift. The pulling back of awareness and the dark night of the ego prepare the path. The lessons in letting go and the healing of wounds prepare the ground for something that has long been written in the unseen. This turning point will not come as a subtle sign you have to figure out, nor as a small crumb of hope you have to interpret. It will be clear, direct, and impossible to ignore. Divine timing does not speak in puzzles. When destiny decides the moment has come, it shows itself in a way that leaves no room for confusion or second guessing. It does not whisper. It announces. The gesture that comes will not be shallow. It will not be by accident. It will not come from convenience. It will come from a soul that has reached its limit of running, a soul that has understood it cannot quiet what was always meant for it, a soul that finally sees that walking away is far more painful than giving in to the truth. Their action will carry humility, honesty, and openness. These are the very things they once feared most. But divine timing does not arrive in the moment your heart is desperate for. It arrives in the moment when both of you are truly able to hold what you once could only feel. The universe does not bring two hurting hearts together who are looking for healing. It brings together two grown people who can be with each other from a place of wholeness rather than fear. That is why the pause was needed. That is why the distance was allowed. That is why you were guided to work on yourself, not in preparation for another person, but in preparation for your own becoming. Your final step now, as movement is drawing close, is to get ready to receive. Being ready to receive is not about sitting anxiously waiting for someone to come back. It is about matching the energy of readiness. It is about clearing the inner space that love needs to enter. You must release any lingering fear, that resentment or doubt, so that your reunion finds you in a state of complete fullness. It is vital that you are found in your strength rather than your weakness. If you are still carrying the same insecurities that existed when the connection first collapsed, you risk triggering their fears all over again. This would only cause the old painful cycle to repeat itself. The universe has made your preparation thorough because it knows that a true union cannot be built on shaky ground. To be open to receiving, you must first let go of your rigid expectations of how things should look. Stop writing the script for the future in your mind and avoid building elaborate scenes of how the moment will happen. Do not beg for a specific outcome, as letting go of control is actually a profound act of trust. Realize that what truly belongs to you will arrive naturally and without force. When you step into this alignment, you allow the universe to work on your behalf without resistance. You must also release any bitterness that your ego is currently holding on to as a shield. While the ego uses wounds to justify its fear, that bitterness only blocks the flow of positive energy and shuts your heart. Forgive the silence, the avoidance, and the fear you experienced from the other side. You are not excusing their actions, but acknowledging them as part of a deeper soul agreement. This perspective allows you to see that their absence was the very thing that shaped your current resilience. Every moment of separation was a necessary step in the journey of who you have become today. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself to ensure your own freedom, not a favor for them. As destiny begins to move and the energy shifts, you must remain deeply grounded. You might notice that signs and meaningful coincidences are becoming much stronger and more frequent. Your intuition will sharpen, and while excitement may rise like a wave, you must maintain the inner peace you have worked so hard to build. That peace is the essential foundation for a union that is meant to be unbreakable. Understand that the universe is not just preparing them to return. It is preparing you to finally hold what you once desired. Your personal growth is the main ingredient in this process, not a side effect. This evolution ensures that when you are reunited, the bond will not crumble under doubt or instability. Destiny is signaling that this long pause is finally coming to its natural end. The real gift of this journey is not just the return of another person, but the version of you that has emerged. Your new maturity, clarity, and self-respect are the pillars that will support your future together. You were never being punished by the universe. You were being lifted to a much higher level of existence. Now you can walk forward with a light heart as the darkness fades away. Prepare your heart, stay in your peace, and watch the next chapter of your destiny unfold.